What is up, guys? Welcome here. Welcome back. Got a lot of news to get to in today's LEGO video. We have a free LEGO Star Wars set that is going to be coming out for official LEGO store customers. We have the confirmation of a new series of GWPs that are going to be coming out over the next year. We have April's Build-A-Minifigure minifigures that have officially been announced and revealed, as well as a lot of Pokemon news, a new secret set that only a couple people have gotten their hands on, as well as all the March 1st launch day event drama. So all that more in today's video right now. Starting off, we have this Build a LEGO Star Wars Lightsaber and Take It Home With You event that's going to be going on Sunday, March 8th from 12 o'clock to 2 p.m. and be a limited quantity in LEGO official physical stores. So if you're going to LEGO physical stores, this is the only way that you're going to be able to get this particular item. You can see that it's only like 25 or 30 pieces, but I mean, the fact that they're doing this is pretty cool for people that are going there and they're just, hey, basically you get a free polybag, kind of gift purchase, kind of fun to do for kids. Oddly enough, it's only for ages like 10 and up, which is very odd to me. You would think it would just be 5 and up, because this seems like something to get people into LEGO stores to, like, hey, build this, learn how to build it. I'm not sure how that event like even is like done when you go into a LEGO store. I'm guessing they give you a tray of the pieces and they'll show you how to build it. I'm not quite sure how these events usually go, but they have done them before. But kind of cool to see that they're giving away a little free, basically polybag set if you go to the LEGO physical store and you don't have to purchase anything. Next up, we have the new LEGO Restaurants of the World GWP collection confirmed. Now, previously we have had the basically habitats or biomes of the world. We had Africa, the under the water, the winter, and we also had houses of the world. There was 4 in each of those series. I really liked them. I really love when LEGO does this GWPs in a series, because it really makes you just want to collect the entire series. I mean, it makes me want each one of them, even if I don't quite like each one of them. I still like to collect the set and like have it on display. It would be really cool to have all of them. So obviously they're doing the Restaurants of the World now. I imagine that they're going to do a more American and styled in Italy, different just iconic places that have iconic cuisines, essentially. The arrival of the new LEGO Restaurants of the World gift for purchase has confirmed that it's the start of the new GWP collection. As we speculated, upon its reveal, the release of the instructions, Restaurant of the World Japan, has provided official confirmation that we're looking at the beginning of a new group of gifts with purchase. The instructions detail that there will be 3 other Restaurants of the World sets. There are no details on the set numbers, and the displayed silhouettes are just a generic in nature. So here is what you see when you get to the end of the instructions for this Restaurants of the World set here. So obviously, like, I could see them doing Spanish, maybe Spain. It looks like at the end they have the name of the country that they're doing it in, which I don't think the previous Houses of the World or even the biomes of the world really had a specific name to them. But it's going to be cool to see what other ones they do, because now we'll have like a total of 12 total in this type of like across the world iconic little set pieces, which is pretty cool. I really like it, and I hope that they continue to do more of this. It looks like this is only available with orders of $180 or more through March 8th, and it's while supplies last, obviously. And if you miss out on this, I foresee them redoing this as a GWP in the foreseeable future, because they have done that a lot of the times with these of the world sets where they bring them back for different events to be a GWP. So I don't expect this to be the last time we see this one, but if you want this, I would definitely recommend you get on that as quickly as possible. Now, next up is the LEGO Build-A-Minifigure April 2026 parts. Now, as you can see, it looks like we have a fireman, we have a typical like office working guy, a more safari guy, as well as a race car driver of some sorts. And this is only available at LEGO official physical locations, where you go in, there's going to be a big spot in the middle of the store, basically, where there's a bunch of pieces all piled in a thing. Yeah, you got to go through it with everyone else, but you get to build one minifigure with a hat or hairpiece, as well as one accessory. And the one accessory could be a dog, could be this axe here. It can be really anything that can be held, just like this guy, the safari guy. This little koala is an accessory piece, and this helmet can be used as the hair piece. So you're going to be able to build a typical minifigure with a hair accessory, head accessory, as well as an holdable or animal companion. So that's going to be cool. I think you can build 3 of those, and you get them for, I believe, I want to say $9 or $10. Not bad. And we have not seen this koala print since like 2023 in the Series 24's Conservationists minifigure from 2023. So pretty cool to see this unique little piece come back in the way of Build a Minifigure. So it's pretty cool. Now, next up is Lego Pokemon polybags. Now, this has a lot going on with it, just based on the fact that now we know we're going to be getting a polybag. So I just want to read through this for a moment. Lego Pokemon is rumored to be getting 2 polybags this summer, and odds are good that they'll have nothing to do with Smart Play. These polybags are reportedly numbered this, with the latter rumored to consist of 56 pieces. Nothing else is known about them at this stage, including what exactly they might include, but the world of Pokemon is pretty much your oyster. Tiny brick-built Pokemon, an Ash minifigure with a Pokeball, a buildable Pokemon card, all would suit the polybag form factor. Now, this is really telling to what Lego's planning with Pokemon, because right now we don't know if they're going to be doing minifigures. We don't know if they're going to be doing molded little Pokemon. But like when we get polybags, it's more often than not always going to receive a minifigure. It's more often than not always going to be a small little build of some sort. Maybe like a Pokemon. Might be odd to see a little tiny brick-built Pokemon in 56 pieces. But like the fact that there's going to be 2 of them really tells me that we're going to be getting a minifigure of some sort. Could be a way to get a Ash minifigure, maybe a little Pokeball of some kind. I have no idea what this could bring. I don't foresee it bringing little molded Pokemon. I really don't know if that's something in Lego's cards, because that's pretty expensive to do, because you would make the prices go way up on the sets for basically manufacturing one small molded Pokemon out of the 1,050 that there are total. So we'll just have to see what these polybags bring. I don't know if any of you can confirm that. Has every single polybag that we've ever received 100% always contained at least one minifigure? That will be really telling to what is going to be going on with this, because I'm not quite sure on that, so you have to let me know. Next up is this exclusive Lego Pokemon Tall Grass model revealed. It is a 6th Lego Pokemon build that has been found, only available in a package sent to a content creator that pays tribute to an iconic game mechanic, and it was in this box here. The Lego group has put together another press package for the launch of this high-profile theme. The debut of Lego Pokemon saw Fire and Bricks receive a 2,638 piece package featuring a unique Pikachu build. The packaging features gaps to hint at the Pikachu model at the top of the box, which emulates the gameplay mechanic of discovering a Pokemon in tall grass. In this case, it's a Pikachu with its tail sticking out of another patch of grass. Now, this is the piece right here, which, to be honest with you, is pretty cool looking. Like, out of all the Lego sets that we're getting through Pokemon and like being very expensive, everyone's like, I'm not even wasting my time trying to get into the Pokemon theme because of how expensive they are. I know a lot of people got into the Eevee because it was $60. But like this one, you can kind of build it yourself. I think it's the exact same tail that's on the back of the Pikachu. That's the $200 Pikachu, obviously with a bit of ground built up around it and a base plate. So like if you're a completionist for Pokemon, for Lego sets, for Lego series, this could be something that you want to custom build. Just look at the pictures and build it yourself, because it's kind of a like little secret hidden set out there. So there is that Lego Pikachu tail build. Now also I want to talk about the Kanto region Gym Badge GWP. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is a GWP for the $650 Pokemon set. Now, everyone really wants this set bad. It's going for like $250 on the aftermarket. But Wiley Bricks here, guy on YouTube, has made the set himself with parts from Pick-a-Brick. Now, every single piece in the GWP is found on Pick-a-Brick except one yellow piece, and he goes around that by making it work with the pieces that he found, and he put together a list of all the pieces that you need. Now, if you come to his YouTube channel and go to this page, you can see this is the set here. Scroll down, I would choose the option 3 custom version because it replaces the sticker elements. The stickers are obviously a piece that you're only going to get from Lego. I'm sure sooner or later a third-party manufacturer or an aftermarket person is going to sell those little stickers if you so want it to be the exact same thing that is in the GWP. But he made the emblems and the badges look a little bit better since they're just being brick built, and it's in this custom version right here. So what you're going to do is copy this link here into Google. Once you go to Google, it's going to bring you to this site here. You're going to want to save this as a file and then go to Pick-a-Brick, take that file that you just downloaded and place it into Pick-a-Brick where it says upload a file list. Then it's going to bring you to this right here. It looks like there's one unavailable piece right now. It might just be out of stock, but you can see there's 84 pieces. We're going to click view all pieces and it's only going to come for $44. This is a $44 set. And that's using brand new pieces. You could get this probably for much cheaper if you go to Bricklink. But these are all the pieces that you're going to need to build that Lego set. You can obviously tell the colors right here are going to be the ones that are making the Pokeball, the ones that are going to be making the outside of it, and which is really cool that he put this together. Really awesome. Looks like there's one available piece. Let's take a look at what this is. Element ID. Apparently you're going to need 8 of them. Let's just take a look at what this piece is exactly. Let's see if it's something we can cross over. Okay, so yeah, it's just a 2x3 black piece. So a lot of you probably already have something like that, or you can obviously pick this and just use it in different. Oh, well, it is in stock. So earlier it was out of stock, so maybe it is in stock as of now. But I'm obviously here in the US, so it's completely different. It's really cool that he went about making this for people that want that GWP but don't want to pay $250. You can buy it right here, all brand new pieces for $45, and then obviously get online on the Lego store and do the directions digitally, and you'll be able to build the GWP for $45, which is very nice. Now, next up, I want to talk about the big March 1st launch day, because every like 3-4 months we had the big launch event of all the new Lego sets. In January 1st, we had a huge one that went like crazy. People wanted Back to the Future, wanted Lightning McQueen, wanted F1 race cars. Like, there's usually like every couple months a big huge launch event at the beginning of the month, usually the first of the month. March 1st was no different. Brought a lot of people to the Lego stores. This is coming off of the back end of February 27th, which is Pokemon Day, when all the Pokemon sets released worldwide. Now, that I think they kind of did that. They bring the lines down at official Lego stores to like basically lighten the load, spread out the launches of it. And I think what happened was February 27th, we didn't see a lot of people go to the Lego stores to get the Pokemon sets. I think maybe a lot of people out there just were willing to risk that set being out of stock if they were wanting a Pokemon set and just waiting to go on March 1st, because we saw a big influx of people at Lego stores in line for March 1st. And a lot of people probably got the Pokemon set that day instead of going just on February 27th. And we have a big breakdown here of all the sets that were selling well, all the sets that weren't selling too well, and the sets that were already out of stock on day 1. So I just want to go through those here and give my thoughts. Again, on March 1st was the big day that the Star Wars Smart Play sets were being released. And obviously, as you can probably imagine, there was no one really buying them. Everyone that went to Lego stores said that there was hardly anyone walking out with the Smart Play sets. There was a big section to go over and kind of play with them, get an idea of how they are, which is really cool for kids to go see and see if they actually would want to play with it. But like, we all are on the same page here. Basically, everyone is. Smart Play is such a disaster in terms of gave it a good try to do something new, but there was so many other things that they could have done instead of the weird sounds that they were making. There's so many other things that Lego could have prioritized if they wanted to do technology into Lego sets. Like, it's such a misplaced, misguided set of resources to do the Smart Play. Like, no one's here for it. No one wants it. They don't sound good. They don't work very well. And they're expensive. They're not going well. And obviously, March 1st was the big teller. No one was buying them. And none of them are on back order currently here in the US. Now, something that is very surprising to me was the Ideas Orange Cat was said to be the hottest set of the day and sold out within 30 minutes of many of the Lego stores opening. Now, is that because Lego only gave all the Lego stores only a couple orange cats? that remains to be seen. The orange cat was sold out at many different locations, which is kind of crazy to me because we just got the black cat and this orange cat was just a recolorization of it. So maybe Lego was like, people aren't probably going to buy this. Let's only send 20 to each store. I'm not quite sure on that, but have confirmation from Lego employees that is sold out within 30 minutes of multiple locations, which is kind of crazy to me. So at one particular location, I have confirmed that the Zelda Ocarina of Time was selling very well and only had one copy of it left in stock. And I mean, that was a set that's like $140. Now, probably a lot of people went and flooded that set just because they wanted that Link minifigure who didn't want to pay the big $240 or $300 price tag of the Deku Tree. So I can see why that one probably is selling very well right now. Obviously, that Ganon minifigure looks incredible to me. The cape itself looks outstanding. Love the minifigures in that set. Hate the design of it. I think it could have done a lot better. It reminds me of that Lego Star Wars set with the Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's just a very plain base, but the minifigures look incredible. And I can see why a lot of people are probably buying that set. Some sets that really surprised me that were selling very well were the dual fuel container vessel, the Sauron helmet, which I can see why it's selling well. You get a minifigure that is Sauron in a big broader set. So that one's not as much, but this one right here, the Project Hail Mary, was said to be selling particularly well across the Lego stores, which is just really mind-blowing to me. I know it's a book, but I know it's like not incredibly popular. Obviously, I don't think a lot of kids are going to be wanting that or buying that. So this might be just a big adult thing that a lot of people want. With that movie coming out with Ryan Gosling, the only thing I know about it is there's like a rock guy in it, and they're like touching hands on both sides of the glass, and he's like a teacher, and he's going out to save the moon or something. I'm not quite sure what that is. I don't even know what the set looks like. It looks like some sort of NASA satellite thing. But like I said, it's selling incredibly well. The container fuel vessel also selling very well, which is very interesting. That's a very interesting set to me because it's like almost like an 18 plus display diorama set. It's kind of changed Lego diorama entirely because usually when we've got diorama sets, they're always 18 plus in the black boxes. This is clearly a display diorama styled set. It comes with a base. There's no play features on it. Yet it was geared towards like 12 and up, so it had a full box art, which looks beautiful. It's all blue. It looks very cool, which it's like, I hope that Lego continues this where they make just going forward 18 plus sets, just turn them into 12 plus sets so we get really cool looking box arts for them. I'm surprised that is selling so well. I know I don't know if those sets have stickers or they're printed, but a lot of the set just looks completely the same. So it's also a surprise to me that sold so incredibly well. Sauron helmet, I can see why a lot of people want to buy that because of that minifigure. Botanical sets were obviously selling very well. The sunflower set that's new only had a couple copies left in a bunch of different stores. The upscaled blue astronaut minifigure was almost sold out. That was the big seller like across the entire March 1st event. So you had that big blue space minifigure that is basically a minifigure, but obviously the big version. So that was selling incredibly well. I think that probably a lot of people want that because they're collecting a bunch of the big minifigures. I know we got a Redbeard one a while back. I think we got a baby space astronaut a while back. And also I think people are seeing this collect every spaceman color minifigure videos that have been going viral lately. So I think a lot of people are trying to get in on this by buying this big minifigure because they think Lego's going to release all the different colors for the spacemans. So they're probably wanting to get on board with that. I see why that's the only thing that I can think of for why that's selling so incredibly well. I mean, I wish you got a little blue minifigure with it, but it is what it is. The Ford Model T was also a big surprising seller. It's a very unique set in that it's like kind of a niche group. It's not like a sports car. It's not a flashy type of thing. It's not an off-road vehicle. It's just like this basically diorama build that you're just going to build and like, I guess kind of put next to your other sets. It's not Technic, so it kind of goes along with the Land Rover, the other brick built sets. So I can see why that's probably popular because there's a section of budget Technics people that like Technic cars, and then you got the section of people that like brick-built cars like the DeLorean, like the Land Rover. So I can see the people that collect that probably really were excited to finally get another brick-built car to add to their collection. But also the F1 Academy Speed Champion was also a very popular set, as well as the Technic Jeep Rubicon. Now that's a very interesting set to me because of how well it looks. I think it goes along incredibly well with the previously red Ford Bronco that just previously came out. That was actually my first Technic set that I've ever gotten. It was a very long and tedious process. I've never built a Technic set before in my life, and I don't know if I ever want to again. But just because I have the Ford Bronco, and it's like that off-road type of theme going for it, I really want this Jeep Rubicon now, even though I'm not a Jeep fan at all. It's like I want it because it's scaled so well with the Bronco. And I'm the least Jeep person that you will ever meet. And that's what I'm talking about with synergy. It's why I love the mini modular Spider-Man sets that have come out. It's why I love the GWPs that I'm saying they're making with series. When you make a through-line continuity range of sets that go together well, like construction, I'm a broken record on this, you will have my wallet open. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm the only one. But when I have one of a version, and even like a Jeep that I don't care nothing about, I wouldn't buy it if it was on its own, but because I have the Bronco, I want a companion set. Medieval Town Square, Lion Knight's Castle. Very awesome. I love it. Continue to do more of this, and I will be on board all day long. That's going to do it for today. A lot of crazy stuff going on with March 1st. We'll have probably a couple more months till we have a big release like this again. I know Series 29 CMF got leaked. A lot of the minifigures got leaked, so you can go find those out there in the wild as well. Rio Bricks has a very popular, very nice video on those minifigures. If you want to take a look at the big deep dive into those minifigures, I highly encourage you going looking at that video. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. I'm going to get out of here, so I will see you in the next video.